Today I read an article called Fallout of War Piles Economic Pain onto Europe's Political Stress. This article starts out talking about how Europe is kind of caught in the crossfire lately between America, China, and Russia. Three of what used to be friendly trading partners, allies, that have now turned on them. China floods their markets with cheap exports. America is threatening to take Greenland, and Russia has, Russia used to give them cheap natural gas and be friendly, and now they're not so friendly anymore. This transitions into Europe's more heavy reliance on liquefied natural gas and how they buy most of that from the United States. Now, liquefied natural gas is already more expensive than the piped natural gas that Europe was getting from Russia. And now with the Iran war, I believe I read about 20% of the world's liquefied natural gas flows through the Strait of Hormuz. And that's made liquefied natural gas even more expensive. So a lot of the EU's economy relies on this liquefied natural gas. And the ECB, European Central Bank, has now, as a result of the war, revised the Eurozone growth estimate for 2026 down from 1.2% to 0.9% for the year. Now, the article again transitions into talking about how Europe is in a bit of another problem, which is that they've got slow growth and very high debt burdens. Usually in Keynesian economics, your country wants to run a big budget deficit to kickstart the economy if it's not doing very well. But Europe doesn't really have that option if the economy slows any further, because their debt burdens, their debt to GDP and deficit percentages are already extremely high, even though they're very rich countries. This means that if they want to fund the investment that would be required to kickstart growth, it would skyrocket borrowing costs. Borrowers would get very spooked out of the market, and it'd be very difficult to get anything done. The interest payments would start to spike, and it would not be very good. So Europe's in a bit of an interesting position these days. Also, another thing is that Europe might need to spend big if there is another refugee crisis. Talking about what's coming out of the Middle East. That's something that could be on the horizon. We don't exactly know, but I believe there was a quote about how Germany is not looking to take in any refugees. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. And the article ends off talking about there was a man named Mario something, a former Italian prime minister. Of course, he's named Mario. Mario something. Mario Draghi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And he has been calling for EU federation. That would mean a unification of the EU along not just kind of trade policy lines and vague political alignment, but more concrete defense policy, industrial policy, among other things. More like the United States than the kind of factions of Europe we see today. And that might be a more popular take in the coming months or years, in order for Europe to band together to revive their growth prospects and stand a better chance against these giants knocking at their doors, America, China, and Russia. So that's what I read today.